Lots and lots of talk about the Prime Minister of Israel coming to speak to Congress in March. How outrageous. Absolutely disgraceful. And invited by the Speaker of the House to speak before Congress without the consent of the President of the United States? The President of the United States. He's in charge. He's got a pen and he's got a phone. Clearly, this violates protocol. Let me ask you a question, ladies and gentlemen. Well, before I do that, we've got a number of cuts on this. Like our friend Chris Wallace at Fox News on Friday. Cut 4, go.
I happened to be at the White House on Wednesday when Boehner announced that he had invited...
Stop. Did you bump into Al Sharpton? Just curious. Go.
...did this, and a top White House official was flabbergasted, said that we got no advance warning.
Stop. Actually, Boehner told 60 Minutes he told them the morning before. Go.
About it, them in the White House, when Boehner announced it to the press, and to make you get a sense of really how, forgive me, wicked this whole thing is.
Oh, it's wicked. Wicked. Go ahead.
The Secretary of State, John Kerry, met with the Israeli ambassador to the United States for 2 hours on Tuesday, and Ron Dermer, the Israeli ambassador, according to the State Department, never mentioned the fact that Netanyahu was in negotiations and finally agreed.
Oh, that's just like the Japanese ambassador and his sidekick meeting with FDR when the Japanese were already attacking Pearl Harbor. Is that what you think, Chris? Wow. I got a news scoop for you, Chris. Ready for this one? I've got a news scoop for all of the lib media out there, fronting for Obama, the Praetorian Guard media. It's right there at Breitbart.com. Thomas Rose, former editor, muckety-muck over there with the Jerusalem Post, is in the United States. He's a great radio host. He and his buddy, and my buddy, Gary Bauer, on Sirius XM satellite on Sundays, 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. I just like their show. I don't always catch it, but when I can. He has a story breaking at Breitbart. You want to know what it is? Obama campaign operatives have gone to Israel to lead a campaign effort to defeat Benjamin Netanyahu. Chris Wallace, are you going to report that? Will anybody report that? Oh, Obama has sent his campaign aides over to Israel to defeat Netanyahu. What about protocol there? Ooh, that just seems way out of line. Did John Kerry tell Ambassador Dermer about this when they met for 2 hours? Did he? John Huntsman, remember him, that weirdo progressive Republican from Utah, the son of Dottie Warbucks out there, John Huntsman Sr. He was on CNN yesterday. Cut 5, go. He's talking about Netanyahu. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
He's beloved in Congress. He can speak anytime he wants, but the way in which the invitation took place, the partisanships kind of slipping into foreign policy, I think is a really bad precedent. It's bad statecraft. It's bad politics.
All right, bad statecraft. Gee, I think that's next to Obama's name in Wikipedia. Well, let me ask you something, Huntsman and Wallace and all the rest. Pelly. Here's this piece in Breitbart by Tom Rose. Just days after the Obama White House accused House Speaker John Boehner of breaking protocol by inviting Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to address a joint session of Congress, a team of up to 5 Obama campaign operatives has reportedly arrived in Israel to lead a campaign to defeat the Israeli Prime Minister in upcoming national elections scheduled for March 17th. Did John Kerry mention that when he was meeting with Ambassador from Israel, Dermer? Did he tell Mr. Dermer that Obama sent a little 5-man campaign hit squad into Israel to try and defeat Netanyahu? Huh? Anybody want to know? What about protocol? The anti-Netanyahu left-wing Israeli newspaper Haaretz reports a group called One Voice, reportedly funded by American donors, is paying for the Obama campaign team. That group is reportedly being led by Obama 2012 field director Jeremy Byrd. Now what? Anybody going to report on this? Will Nancy Pelosi stand up with those ping-pong ball bug eyes and get in front of a microphone and say, ooh, what hubris Obama has? That's just hubris. She likes that word. Ooh, it's hubris. For all the harsh accusations of foreign interference currently being leveled against Republican Speaker John Boehner, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Israeli Ambassador Ron Dermer, reports of Obama operatives actively working to unseat a democratically elected leader of a strong U.S. ally is hardly the news it might appear to be. The Obama White House has aggressively worked to defeat allied leaders it has not liked and to elect or re-elect foreign leaders it does like. As the Times of Israel recently reported, the list of Obama administration meddling in foreign elections is a long one. German Chancellor Angela Merkel, an Obama administration ally, was hosted at the White House prior to the recent German elections. Former Prime Minister Gordon Brown of the left-wing Labor Party visited 1600 Pennsylvania not once, but twice prior to British elections. Now, those were won by Conservative Party leader David Cameron, who himself visited Washington last week as Obama's invitation to lobby Congress against adopting a new sanctions measure to help confront Iran's burgeoning nuclear program. Oddly, that's the very issue Obama and the mainstream media now roundly condemn Boehner for involving himself in. So this is pathetic. I want to know, you phony, fraud, fake journalists who've been carrying this president's water, even right into Tehran, even into the belly of the Islamo-Nazi. I want to know if you're going to report this. Because it would seem to violate all kinds of protocol, Mr. Producer, would it not? Yes. I wonder if John Huntsman will be asked about this. And statescraft, because this does not strike me as cool statescraft. Yes, and I wonder if our friend Chris Wallace is going to mention this. I have to say, I'm shocked at what Boehner did. Are you shocked at this, Chris? And all the rest. How much you want to bet they don't say a damn thing? How much you want to bet? I guarantee you they won't say a damn thing. And this is a lot more than inviting somebody to speak to Congress. This is sending your political hit squad into a foreign country, an ally, to defeat a sitting prime minister. Ooh, that protocol strikes every time. Obama cannot be trusted with protocol, with the rule of law, with the Constitution, with tradition, or with customs. He's a radical left ideologue. He considers himself not just President of the United States, but the leader of the world. His arrogance knows no limits. I've spent a great deal of time diagnosing his narcissism, as I can as a pedestrian. From afar, I've done my best to do it, but it is what it is. Don't blame me, I'm just a messenger. That all the piling on. Well, we got to be honest with ourselves. You know, the Congress can't just go off and be Congress. Excuse me? Oh,